Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. This is a daily analysis, but we're gonna start on the 1 hour chart and then move back, of course, on the time frame for hour and daily to see in a bigger view what it might be the effect. So starting on the 1 hour chart, yesterday, of course, we saw a drop here, and the last video yesterday, I also mentioned be careful, guys. This is a bearish market. We might move towards the downside at any time from any level in this area. And therefore, I told you also that I'm not interested in buying, even if we go towards the upside. We are in a trend, of course, moving towards the downside. Therefore, yeah, it is very possible that we finished a structure or possibly even still having one more high. What is the possibility to get one more high? The possibility is the following: by finishing and ending diagonal here for a zigzag in a wave 1, you have a correction for your wave 2, you have another zigzag for your wave 3, you have a correction for your wave 4, and you're still looking for a zigzag for a wave 5. This ending diagonal might finish, of course, 3 waves toward the upside, 3 waves toward the downside for your wave B, and this is your wave C, meaning a running flat as A, B, and a C toward the upside. Finishing a running flat would be a perfect, of course, scenario for a big WX and a Y playing as a wave X. Wave X loves to be a running flat. After 3 waves down for W potentially, and then 3 waves in a running flat for X, and looking for a structure for a wave Y in a zigzag, for example, or a triangle maybe. Now, of course, it can be as well an A, B, and a C. Normal A, B, and a C. Your wave B also is a running flat, and you're looking for an impulse toward the downside. And this is the difference between WXY and ABC. In WXY, you would like to have any kind of a corrective structure, even it can be a triangle, while in ABC can be an impulse toward the downside. Now, what are the possibility to move toward the downside directly? Of course, there are possibilities, but you have to consider that those are double 1-2s, which I don't like it. And of course, you know me, I'm so picky about the structure of the 1-2 here. If you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is fine. But your wave 2 has touched, of course, the 886, which reduces the possibility of a 1-2 here. And you have another 1, 2 here, but what is your wave 3, 4, and 5? You have a wave 3 without 4, 5. Your 4 and a 5 has invalidated this impulse, and of course it has transformed it into an expanding diagonal. An expanding diagonal is a very rare case scenario. However, it can be considered a wave 1, so we have to be careful as well. Nobody knows. It is rare, but it's not impossible. All right? And that means you possibly have 1, 2, and then 1, 2 again, and you're looking for a wave 3 towards the downside, of course. So in case that we are bearish, of course, the market loves to trick us even with the most rare case scenarios. We have to be ready. And that's why I mentioned again, every video right now, I mentioned that we are in a bear market. Don't forget this. The trend is toward the downside. We are very close to finish a structure, a little bit towards the upside, and then it's gonna move toward the downside, whether from this level, or even from the blue box in the top. We are moving again for a big wave C, which it might be, of course, very impulsive as well. Yeah, so this is the idea. So these are the scenarios for the 1 hour chart to expect higher potential. Because of the 1-2's characteristic here, reduce the possibility a little bit for bearish right now. Higher possibility still, of course, for the zigzag for a diagonal, potentially, of course, that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, perfect fib level as well for the wave 3 here in diagonal, perfect fib levels for a wave 4, if not broken, of course. And then a wave 5 can hit perfectly between those prices, 89K 800, 81K 200. Now, if we move a little bit in a bigger view, I'm gonna move to the daily. On the daily, we are looking at, of course, a big wave 1, 2. So this big wave 1, 2, of course, was our main bull run for a wave 1, and then you're looking for a wave 2, and then 3, 4, 5 toward the upside. As you can see, the wave 2 has to hit the blue box after the minimum requirement time 0.38, which it might be November 2025. meaning of course we are in a big correction toward the downside. I mean, it's not so big. If you take a look at the previous correction, this one might be even smaller and shorter in time as well. And this is very normal, of course, to range in this area, of course, in 3 waves. It can be 3 waves, it can be any other correction, but basically we should take it as a basic Elliott wave. 3 waves toward the downside to finish a wave 2, and then, of course, moving toward the upside. Don't forget that we are in a wave 1, 2 of a wave 3, main wave 3, meaning you have finished wave 1 here, you have finished wave 2, and you're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a main wave 3 towards the upside. And currently, when you finish a wave 2 here, this wave is your wave 3 over 3, right? And in Bitcoin, only in Bitcoin, I already mentioned, and I will always mention it in this channel, only Bitcoin tends to do this. When we are in a wave 3 over 3, Bitcoin tends to move towards the upside, even without reaching the 0.38. The history of this chart shows already this several times, 60 to 65% when we have a wave 3 over 3, even 70%, can move without reaching the minimum requirement for a wave 2. A very simple example in front of us directly is over there. Here we go. This is your wave 1. 0.38 was not even hit. Very simple. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your wave 1, A, B, C for your wave 2, not reaching the minimum target for a wave 3 and moving toward the upside. You can see this repeating even internally with every single wave 3 over 3, where of course, it's moving without, of course, reaching the minimum target. Well, I call it always fighting gravity. So we have to be careful that this will not repeat, and higher potential that this will repeat, because this is the main wave 3 of this impulse, and you are in a very, anyway, stronghold position here, which of course we have a very, very strong range that it might, of course, bounce back the price without even reaching the 0.38. So more evidence for this is this strong support, even that it might tell us, of course, I'm gonna trick you again and move without hitting the target. And so we don't want to miss this trade. Now, if we take a look closer on the 4-hour chart to see what to expect in this area. Now, on the 4-hour chart, of course, we have the following scenarios. We have first scenario, which is the highest as well, is an ABC toward the downside, which I explained already. You have a WXY, but obviously we are finishing in running flat as an ending diagonal here, and we are looking, of course, for a wave C once you get a wave 5. And that's why I'm mentioning be careful in this area, because it doesn't matter. A little bit higher, it doesn't matter. You don't want to be in the danger zone, in the risk, and because, of course, because of that. After finishing this wave C, of course, we're gonna rebound toward the upside and then potentially moving again, of course, for a wave C, bigger wave C, of course, after an A, B, and a C toward the downside to hit the wave 2, without reaching the 0.38 potentially. The second highest possibility is a WXYXZ, meaning, of course, you're looking at W here as 3 waves, X, very choppy, and then you're looking at a Y as well as a zigzag, X, very choppy, which we are into it right now, very, very typical X, and you're looking for a wave Z again, of course, in another zigzag, matching all the W and the Y very nicely for a nice pattern in WXYXZ. Very rare case scenario, but it might happen. Now, the last scenario for the bullish, we were looking for this one in several 1-2s, which had become, of course, impossible right now because, of course, this triple 1-2 did not unfold this wave 3 as expected. We would like to see the wave 3 unfolding, otherwise it's done, and there is no 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 anymore. Now, the final one is, of course, a finished ABC here in in an ending diagonal, where you are looking, of course, here potentially for an A, B, and a C finished, and you're looking for A, B and a C, maybe here is finishing in an ending diagonal somehow like this, like very shallow, meaning like a big A, B, and a C towards the downside, finishing in a very shallow wave B. Yeah, so it's not really nice here. Therefore, of course, low possibility for this one. Very low possibility, finishing 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, however, if that is the scenario, then you are looking as well, for a zigzag toward the downside or something like this. But very low possibility. And because this is gonna finish like ABC already, and you're looking for 3 waves up, of course, and then 3 waves down again. And as you can see, this cannot really even reach the 0.38. Yeah, based on the time of it, it cannot reach even the 0.38, so it's not really nice. Yeah, this is how it reduces, of course, the possibility at the end. Yeah, the last scenario is a big A, B, and a C. This is the main scenario that I mentioned, A, B, and a C. Our target is 62, 61 for the wave C in case we move impulsively towards the downside, so you have to be careful with it as well. These are the scenarios, and the highest possible scenario is, of course, one of this, like this one, the impulse, very, very sharp impulse toward the downside, or you have a big WXY here, or an ABC in running flat moving for a wave C65. In case you reach a little bit higher, of course, this will be updated based on where we hit the high here. As you can see, the target of the C is moving down right now, even if we hit, of course, a little bit higher. 62, 61 again, yeah, is ranging again for this area. The second possible scenario is the Z, of course, as WXYXZ is also a possibility. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.